Hello, my beautifuls. I hope you're well. I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you were safe. And welcome back, everybody that is returning. And welcome to 1111 True Crime if you are new. So how we do things here is we are interactive, and therefore we have a live audience, and we incorporate everybody's opinions and thoughts and so forth into an interactive live true crime chat. Now you can still comment, and there are times in the next live I bring up comments that are posted down below from the Rewatch crew. Thank you so much to the Rewatch crew. Today there's another one that has happened in Tenerife. Another death, okay? So, this person, a male, that's all we know right now while the Spanish police do their thing, was found in one of the tunnels, tied and burnt. I mean, this is the kind of place I will never visit, ever, ever, ever. If they're trying to protect their tourism, that doesn't sound really inviting to me. Now, what I wonder is a lot about the beach footage. Remember, nobody knew when this beach footage surfaced somewhere on the internet, in the Slater case, who Quack Quack was, or to even say Quack Quack. So I've done a lot of work on the beach footage. I have been on the Google Maps, and I have had a lot of comments that say it could be any beach. Nope. The beach footage in the Slater case has over 7 specific landmarks. When I say landmarks, I don't mean there's just got to be a building and there's just got to be a bench and there's got to be some sort of dock. I mean, they have to literally be in the exact placements on the footage. And that very beach footage has a unique, meaning only one, statue. It isn't nowhere else on Tenerife. So it is 1000% the Los Cristianos beach. Now, why would Jay be on that beach? I have no idea. It's about a 6-minute drive and about a 15-minute walk from his Palama. I'm not from there. I can't speak that way. I don't know how. From Jay's apartment. So I don't know. It's about a 40-minute drive, or walk, I should say, walk, to get from Jay's apartment past the beach to the Victoria. I drew a blank. I totally just drew a complete mind blank. What's the place called, you guys? Victoria Strip. Whew! I didn't see it yet. Let's get chat up on the board. Say hello to a few people. If you are watching replay, remember you have control of your buttons. I'm happy if you need to fast forward through the meet and greet. I want to see who our lovely, beautiful people are that are going to be adding tonight. We have Karma. Mark William Thomas has made a new update. He did. And in that, he's just selling it as if he never had any questions, really, you know. He always thought it was a tragic accident. So I'm not going to waste my time on him. All he just did is piggyback. It's known in advertisement where you've got something that's a fad, a hit, it's hot news, whatever, and you piggyback off the audience tuning in on that to introduce your new thing, so that all of a sudden people will jump to the new thing. So he sums it all up real nice and tidy in a little package of an accident with Jay. He knew it all along, and then he talks about his new case. So, oh, you might hear my Jack Russells. They're playing. They're a year old. They're brothers. We're going to be talking about that beach footage. And I got to take a minute here, you guys, about the word debunk, right? Every time I've ever seen anybody say, that's debunked in true crime, they're full of crap. And I'm not trying to point out any certain people. I'm just saying. The word debunked means that you know 1,000% without a shadow of a doubt. And you can prove it. See, debunk means there's actual proof. And unless you have something so tangible that you can guarantee, I wouldn't go using that word. I've never made a video to debunk anything. I've doubted a lot of things, and I've had what I consider to believe that I believe that that no longer is correct, but I'm not going to go debunk anything. Here's why. When we talk about the beach footage, right? So, a fellow creator that I have a lot of respect for put a video out and allegedly debunked the beach video, but it didn't. But they ripped it down real quick. What it does is it validates it to be a current beach video because it had a ship in it that had an advertisement that still has that on their boat. I saw it the other night. I didn't grab a shot, but I'm going to be watching that little sky cam over on the PLAYA Los Cristianos beach, because if the ship comes back, I'll have that little clip to show you what year it is even. So what I'm saying is debunk has a lot of weight with it. People will just, oh, I read it in the title. John Bonet murderer debunked. John Bonet wasn't murdered. I read it in a YouTube title. I don't need to watch it. It was debunked. See what I'm saying? It hurts the case if you're wrong. So if you're truly there for justice, be careful what words we use. Because every video I do is my humble opinion. I'm not here to convince you of anything. I'm not here to sell you a narrative. I'm here to brainstorm with you, right? Jennifer Swain is back. Thank you, Laura. Hello, Jennifer Swain. Thank you for reporting in to let us know that you are safe. I got worried. You're in those areas that have all of the southern United States in Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, all these places are really going, South Carolina. I mean, there's a lot of states I didn't mention going through hell. Do you hear the boys? What are they doing? They're roughhousing. This is their playtime. Hi, Naomi. Hello. Welcome back. Oh, okay. Very right. Kelly says, I'm glad I went 20 years ago. Go. World is effed. Yeah. So the other thing is somebody, not just someone, about 10 people came on and commented, that's not even a beach on Tenerife, because all the beaches on Tenerife are black and they're rough and they're not fun to walk on. Well, you can say I've been there, I've seen it. In the 1970s, they brought in the Sahara Desert sand, and they covered Los Cristianos, a beach there in the 70s, as well as just a couple other. And that's why another landmark would be the white sand, the golden sand. But that statue cinches it, and the lighting on the dock. Now, I do want to show you this. I think it's funny, because this got posted right before the video was shown to be debunked, and then the video disappeared. I thought this was weird. They were within 10 minutes. But apparently Mr. Chris Tenerife is still paying attention to us, right? Does the video have a time and date stamp on it? Suspicious if not. Chris Tenerife, right? I put Nope, Christy, it sure doesn't. But it may, you guys, it may. I put, nope, Christy, it sure doesn't. But it surely does have sound, as does the actual cam on Los Cristianos. So, why did you come on video and state it did not have sound? Why mislead those that you want to believe you? You feel me? I mean, really. Go on there and say one thing it doesn't have is sound when we proved it does and it always has. Aw, Rach, thank you so much for that $2 snooper chat. Thank you, thank you. That is so kind of you. I appreciate it. It's construction sand too, says Sue. Electric Paramedic says, I never had argued about any peoples and their debunking. Like you say, we need to choose our words carefully. If it is not something to call debunked, it could put us off track. And we all make mistakes. Absolutely. I make a mistake all the time. Every time I turn around, I'm like, wait a minute. Now a new way to think about it. So I'm certainly not hitting at nobody. I'm just saying we need to be cautious about the word debunking when, how would anybody know to say quack quack at all at that point? That came out a month prior. It was like 3 weeks prior to Ahab being called quack quack, my boy quack quack, by Rocky. And so that's on there. We know it's 1,000% the Playa de los Cristianos. And what we're seeing is the dock back there with ships that are coming in and out. And I can't wait to find wherever this advertisement is because it's still happening. Right? I just saw it. So it's not a 9-year-old video. And in doing that, I might be able to track what advertisement they're doing and really cinch in the date. Gotta keep working on it. Have I ever been to Europe? Jan's Views. No, ma'am. I have never left the United States and I never will. I love you, Nisi. Hey, Rage, thank you. Again, thank you. Oz here. Az, hello, my lovely. Wonderful to see you. And Jennifer Swain. I don't know if we have any other mods. I'm not seeing them on the board. But I am thinking of Jennyville and Mr. Ifs as well. Electric says, could be from a phone cam as well, from a balcony around or over the Chinese restaurant, in my opinion. Okay, check this out. That webcam is consistently being aired over online. So if we would have been in the know that something was going to go down on that beach, we wouldn't even have to be in Tenerife. We could have Googled that Skycam and been watching it from the UK in the warmth of our own bed and recorded it right off our camera, our phone, our TV at any time. All we would need is heads up. Something's going down on the beach. Just saying. So, being that it's broadcast online, we don't know who recorded that footage or how it came to be. I would love to know. Maybe they're feeding a monster. Well, and I am starting to wonder. I trust no one. I know I would love to say I trust 1,000 people. I really don't trust anyone but myself. When it comes to the Jay Slater case. I'm with Warren on that. I think there are those that are literally putting on information out there, if you will, to divide us, to keep us lost in the narrative, to confuse us. I had people saying things like they saw this somewhere where Jay got into a silver car with Ahab. Where's the footage? Otherwise, who's telling you? Ahab himself, you're trusting that? Who saw it? Are you going to trust Lucy or Brad? We sure the heck haven't heard from Brandon. Who else would have been there? So to me, when you jump on my channel and you're like, oh, we have a new information. It's been identified that Lee Tybera was getting in a car with Jay. Really? Really? Show me. Show me something, you guys. Because that doesn't work for me. It just doesn't. I need to have something besides it's been said, or I've read it, or I've heard it. Sometimes you just got to go with a hard copy. Body found tied up and buried, or I'm sorry, burned. Unfortunately, burned, not buried. In tunnel. Remember how everybody, oh, hold on. Me. Let me grab one of my old videos. If it wasn't live and I was editing, I would go get some of my first 2 videos where I was like, could Jay have been hurt in a tunnel? And everybody, I mean, I had 1,000 comments about how I better get a tinfoil hat. All right, sure thing. Body found tied up and burned in tunnel under Tenerife main road. How interesting. Spanish police are investigating after a body was found, quote, tied up and burned in a tunnel on the side of the highway in Tenerife. According to locals news outlets, El Diaz, detective sources say the victim had suffered, quote, clear signs of violence and was likely set on fire after being bound. Footage from the area show the Guardia Civil Avocado investigating tunnels running underneath the TF1 highway, the exact highway that Ahab named to take to Masca. At La Estado in the municipality of Arico. I don't know how to pronounce all this stuff. It is unclear how long the body had been there after it was discovered on Monday. It's unclear how long the body had been there. The body has not been identified, but was discovered close to where Belgian couple Laura Trepaniers, 66, and Mark Albrecht, 71, vanished on April 22nd. They had lived on the island for 17 years before neighbors became concerned when their door was left open and their cat was left unfed, indicated they had gone missing. Their car, a blue Opel Mocha with Spanish plates, had also vanished. 5 days later, the body of Laura Trepaniers was found by fishermen in the Atlantic. A plastic bag was placed over her head, and both legs and one hand had been cut off, according to Belgian reports. Authorities estimated she had died 3 days before being found. Detectives have so far no trace of Mark Albrecht's. In June, 2 suspects, a father and a son, were arrested in Belgium, and a third suspect was detained in Spain, according to the Brussels Times. They admit knowing the couple as neighbors, but insist they never had any conflict with them and had nothing to do with their disappearance. They have pled not guilty and are awaiting trial. The gruesome discovery comes on the same island as which Jay Slater, the Accrington, Lancashire, went missing following a music festival. After leaving with strangers he befriended at an after party, Jay attempted a 10-hour walk back to his accommodations after missing the bus. Jay's autopsy revealed that the teenager died after a, quote, fall or plunge from height, which left him with several broken bones. Really? And the young woman that they just found in the ravine. It just keeps getting worse. I could never imagine. Sarah Thomas said, so the ex-mayor Roman Martin has same surname as the new present mayor. Related, who knows? Let's look that up real quick. Mayor of Tenerife. Let me see. Let's go 2004. See if that helps us. Okay. Let's see what we get here. This was posted an hour ago. And no, they don't seem to have the same name. So what we've got, let me get it up here for you. Whoa, Nelly. Whoa, Nelly. Says the mayor, Emilio Navarro, presented this morning at the Fisherman's Museum. So Navarro. Navarro. So I don't think that's exactly right. Crazy Cat says, I don't think it could have been Jay's body that got put on the ravine. A lot of people wonder. Hey, Bobbin, welcome back. No one knows autopsy, only family, and it's still going on in the UK. Good question, Ocean Deep 24. What are they doing in Tenerife? So I have to tell you something. I got to thinking about this whole stolen watch and all these man bags, and I started thinking about how, you know, there's the whole Pink Panther when it comes to Ahab and Potter, and how they talked about they got Pink Panther. We got all these guys with watches and watches getting stolen, and I'm like, you know, that'd be a quick way to make a lot of money, is to rob the tourists, right? Locals, and blame it on people that come over to rob the locals. So in other words, maybe Jay was in the wrong place at the wrong time when a heist took place, right? Somebody steals somebody's watch, and the rich guy turns, somebody stole my watch. And they're like, shit, I got caught. And then they just dump the watch in the kid's, like, by his foot. And then point to him and be like, is that your watch? And boom, you're clear, you move on. Could Ahab and Lucy and all these not be doing only rug sales, but also pickpocketing, and this be some more of a jewelry heist? I don't know. I mean, it could be organized. It could literally be organized and make a fortune off of all the things that is the highest risk of Tenerife for a tourist. The highest risk, the most likely to occur, is getting robbed. Your billfold, your wallet, your watch, your jewelry, your passport, your whatever. They don't even leave soda machines out there at the beach because somebody might rob it. You know what I'm saying? I did see Duncan Smith, and he commented. Thank you, Duncan Smith. Thank you, Duncan. I appreciate. Duncan Smith has a channel, and he's a linguist, so he knows French, English, Spanish, all kinds of things, and he knows the difference between interpreting and translating, and he's doing a lot of work on the Jay Slater statements, and that could be written, it could be spoken, and he's doing a great job. So shout outs to Duncan Smith. You inspire me. And I thought it was interesting. I will have to go back and look up his comment, but it was regarding that little, let's see if I can pull it up. Do I have it? I do. It was regarding this. Okay, hold on. Whoa. It's all goofy today. Let me show you. All right. All right. We got it. So this was the original message that is put over these stairs. These are definitely stairs. They're very, very steep stairs. And their steps are really, really deep. And we were wondering, could this have been a Google translator? So someone writes it in English, translate it, put it in Spanish, and then send it to an English-speaking woman, Debbie? Why would they have chosen to send it in Spanish to Debbie? Well, Duncan did a little review of that in just a tiny couple sentences, stating that there are some specific things in the message that it would be hard for Google to get the flow and context of, I believe. Something to that idea, right? But I do expect he would probably make a video of it so that we can understand it right from him a little clearer. And I want to shout out to my boy, Streamline Entertainments. I say my boy because we're both working so hard in the Jay Slater case, and he is hitting it. Doing a great job, great job. He really does share a lot of what the viewers have to say. I love that. My chair needs to be oiled. I just noticed that. Lord Lugworm. Been in my own country, never left it, so a bit hard for me to be guilty of a crime that never happened. Got ya. Do we have a Luggy? I'm asking because people are asking Luggy a question. Luggy, are you Brad's dad? You guys are killing me. Samar says, so why be so upset that people don't believe the narrative you're trying to push? Exactly. I could care less if I don't even know. I'm not really pushing a narrative other than I don't buy the accident. I'm very stuck on the beach footage, and it has not been debunked. No one has debunked the beach, but no one ever yet has debunked it. And it says, my boy Quack Quack, it looks to me like we're going to find out through that boat dock and more research of really getting into the detail. We'll be able to see how old that is, perhaps. I did look up when did the sand come in, because I thought, well, that was in the last 5 years, but no. The sand came into the Los Cristianos beach in the 1970s. So Sue Benson says, oh, Luggy, you poor soul, when karma whacks you, it will be like a juggernaut. I don't know what a juggernaut is, but dang. You guys are talking to Luggy. Luggy, I've seen comments with you and others have done prison time. Lord Lugworm, Luggy. Hi, I am here, Mama D. Of course I am, not Brad's dad. Okay, there's Luggy. I don't push any narrative. Use lot, do not me. I just laugh at all those that say it was a crime, comical. Well, to be honest, they think Jay fell off a cliff and died. But to be real, even if this kid was hit in the back of the head and then dropped off that cliff, I doubt their investigation would be able to tell. So the fact that you laugh at anybody's death is sick. Period. No matter how they died. Oh, he's projecting. He wants to take over the chat. Obviously, if I've got Chris's attention and Luggy's attention, wait for Ahab, he'll be along soon. I must strike a nerve because they only come out of the woodwork when I'm getting somewhere. And I am reviewing that beach footage, Luggy, and I'm going to find some way, to the best of my ability, with great intent, of proving that beach video is more recent, as in 2024. I think I got this. And I'm also starting to think that Lucky may be a certain creator that keeps trying to debunk things and steer the narrative. So, Karma says Lucky. So why are you so invested still if you're only assisted in the search? You're far too invested to not be a part of this. Why don't you butt out, huh? You know, I wouldn't want you to butt out, but I would have a question. If you're simply a searcher and you've done no investigation, nor do you plan on it, then your job is done. You are no longer needed. But if you're making, which I suspect, and to the best of my knowledge, in my opinion is true, is that Chris T and Lucky Boy are going to be putting out some sort of a documentary in the future. And so they want to make sure that that narrative works for them where they come out as heroes. Right? So in order to be a hero, you basically have to make it look like nothing went wrong other than this boy just walked off the cliff and you found him. You feel me? And why, Lucky, were you trying to convince us that that wasn't Warren's account to the point Warren himself, Jay Slater's dad, had to come on and say, by the way, this is my account? And why was Chris T so emphatic? Like, oh, by the way, there's absolutely no sound on the camera at the beach, when there absolutely is. So see, you're getting proved wrong left and right. There's absolutely sound on the beach, and that was Warren's TikTok. Tracy Gummer says, I don't think Lucky was involved, but think he knows more than he says and trying to stop people discovering the truth. I think that Lucky and them got somehow involved and got some sort of tip where Jay Slater would be found. I think, in my humble opinion, and I'm entitled to that, it's possible that someone then used a boat to go to the bottom and work their way up the Tenerife mountain to find where said body would be found, and then try to play the hero, but it backfired. And now they're in a world that they didn't expect. In over their head. Yeah, bullying Wax. Wax is a good guy. I like Wax. Wax Unfiltered. Nisi says Lucky is Chris Tenerife girlfriend. I have no idea. Nor do I care about that. Netflix special. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, with them behind bars. YouTube sleuths cracked the case. Oh, I'm still going to be working on that beach footage. Nobody, no one, even if the beach itself, if it was just audio alone, let's say it's completely faked. Who would know to put my boy Quack Quack on that audio before any of us knew it was Quack Quack? You feel me? Implicating that Ahab was coming to the scene and that Lucy was involved. What, y'all still hung up on Lucky? Oh, he retracted a message. Doggone it. Can I see it after they retract it? No. Love this lugworm is bumping this channel with comments. I mean, it's not like anyone is interested in what he's saying. Well, it lights up the go board that we're on it. If we're out here talking about nonsense that doesn't matter, why would anyone waste their time? Right? Why would Lucky and Chris, and I mean, Lucky's on here now, and Chris, remember, made a comment, right? I think we may have hit something. And it's a promise that they're not going to waste their time, in my opinion. They're never going to come on some channel and be like, well, they're talking about nothing important. I'll just, go on there and harass the shit out of them. And no, they're only going to do that and team up while I'm live. Well, Chris isn't here yet. If I'm on to something. And I'll tell you another thing. I think that they wanted to work together when Chris T says that he wanted to work with who, another creator that I'm not going to say the name of. And that creator said, no, we shall see in the near future, right? Will there be, who will be appearing on that documentary? Because that particular creator spoke about this documentary that Chris T and Lucky are working on twice. Directly about it. Called it a project. Buckshot George, I love you and welcome back. You said my boy Quack Quack actually authenticates video footage, in my opinion, right? I'm trying, but everybody's talking about Luggy. Luggy checking in on us. He's scared. Laura says, Wax and Joseph have been threatened, in my opinion. Ain't nobody gonna threaten me. I mean that. Back when I was Rubber Ducky Channel and I was working deep, deep, deep in the Stephen Avery case, I was sent like Russian torture footage of, it was horrific. And it was a little message that was telling me to shut up or I could be a hostage. And I basically blocked the user and kept going. I got messages from this guy. He had all silver for teeth, all silver, and he was covered in tattoos. He was bald, and his tattoos went all over his eyes and his face and right here. He had a horrible smile, and he would message me about the Freemasons and tell me to shut my effing mouth, or I would be DEAD. I just blocked him and went on. I work for God, in my opinion. I'm here to find truth, and God wants truth. And so if God hired me, ain't none of y'all gonna fire me. Just saying. I love you, Crazy Cat. Look at all the support I needed for Jay. Why would Lucky have made a special appearance on here unless that beach footage meant something? Make you wonder? Don't block him. He needs to listen instead of trying to play the Sir Lucky. Not a lot of chatting nonsense. Don't block him. It just shows how right on the path we are. I am literally going to be working in the next week on nothing but the beach footage now. Because I'm old school. I've been in true crime a long time. And I know when the threats come out or you get certain people's attention that they're trying to say, don't look here, look somewhere else. And there's a reason for that. There's a reason. Sounds like he is threatening Wax. Who's next, Mama D? I don't think they care. Keep up the work. Mama D and Wax, justice for Jay. And Streamline Entertainments and Duncan Smith and everybody that's working on the Jay Slater case. I appreciate it. I'm just grabbing comments. So true, Mama D. BC, he made a promise to protect Brad, remember? And the liar rage. Thank you, Allison. I am a strong person because I believe that that's what I'm here to do, is to uncover the truth. And I believe Jay Slater has not been... okay, let me rephrase that. I don't just believe it, but Rachel herself said the truth will come out when it needs to, won't it? So she herself are saying the truth on the Jay Slater case has not come out. It will come out, But it hasn't yet, right? Think of the words used. The truth in the Jay Slater case, right? The truth will come out when it needs to. So therefore, it's still not out. Think about what some of these folks are saying. Marie Wood said, the light always wins. Truth will prevail. Some sados out there, Mama D. I agree. Aw, thank you. You are such a strong lady, heart of gold, and much love to give us all. Thank you, lovely. I don't think Wax is bothered by him either, at all. A bit of a do. I heard Lucky likes attention from young females, vile when he has a young daughter himself. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. You guys, let's get off of Lucky for a minute. He is so not important, truly. A searcher. A searcher. That's it. Didn't do any of the research, so ain't gonna have none of the questions. Face it. Something very, very horrific, such as what happened to the man in the tunnel, could have happened to Jay. We don't know. Then his body be placed at the bottom of that ravine from the beach. For all we know, it could have been somebody that's still putting themselves in the narrative to control the narrative. I mean, why hang on? Why cling to the Jay Slater case if you already know what happened and everybody's just talking silly and they're not even close? Why would you keep coming and getting on people's channels? A searcher that was in UK? He is irrelevant. Right. Irrelevant. That's right, Pucker. Mariah says, didn't Brad say he was not going home until his friend was found and then Brad left on Thursday? Jay's body found on Monday, but Instagram page was memorial page on Friday the 12th. It gets confusing, doesn't it? Buckshot George says, can someone tell me, please? There was also beach footage of looks like a body dragged across the sound. Has this been debunked? I have no idea. None of the other searchers are acting like Luggy or CT. Super weird vibes. Hi, Alana. How are you? All right, you guys. That's a wrap. I know it came and went like super fast, but I just wanted to come on and talk about the beach footage being very, very real and another body found in tunnels, right? How silly of me to ever question that they may have had Jay in a tunnel in the beginning. I mean, nobody. They're only for highways, Mama D. Okay. But yet then we have now the news. We're in October. And sure as crap, there's a body tied up and terrible things have happened. So, how silly was I, huh? I'll leave you to just take a wild guess. Who's going to be next on Tenerife? Should we tune in daily? I sure can't imagine going there on vacation. I would be horrified. Absolutely horrified. Obviously, the avocado Seville, do not investigate properly. I mean, couldn't they have been at that Airbnb just a little sooner than 2 or 3 weeks to see if there was any DNA or if Jay had even been there? I love you. To the moon and back. That's a wrap. Peace out, my beautifuls. See you again very, very